I want you to visualize this for a second. Can you imagine a life without a middle class? It'd be corruption, the fall of an empire. It would be no more America as we now know it. Yes, what happens if the American middle class falls because they've eroded, or politicians have eroded the middle class? Well, history says collapse, corruption, and chaos. Is that what you want for your family, your grandkids? I don't. That's why I looked at this thing and I looked at what's happened with politics ever since I'd say that Ross Perot was around. And I said to myself, something's got to change. I said, you know, back when he tried to run for president, it was like he was an independent thought, and he garnered so many votes because he really made sense. He had really basic facts. And back then, Americans didn't listen to him. Back then, we believed in a two-party system. Back then, we hoped that the two-party system would make it work. We, as Americans, put on our blinders, which we typically do, and we just hope. In the meantime, politicians make decisions that affect all of us. In the meantime, the politicians are lobbied by lobbyists who are in there for corporate greed and for the billionaires. In the meantime, they're on a game plan to change things in America for their well-being, the lunacy left and the radical right. And what's left behind, the middle class, erodes and is gone. Now, that's not the way America was born. The America was founded on individuals who wanted to come to America for a better place to live, to be able to come to America and actually create a life for themselves without oppression, without big government taking money out of their pockets. For Christ's sake, we had a Tea Party event, before the revolution, which was, we were just mad about the small tax that they put on tea. And what are we doing now? Arguably, most of us are paying 40, 50% of our taxes, our money out in taxes, and we find ourselves working harder and harder, and who's benefiting? The pharmaceutical companies, the insurance companies, the AT&Ts of the world, the major corporations of the world, the medical companies of the world. You have, the defense industries of the world. Hell, $84 billion went to other countries for other God knows what. It was all political goals where the politicians that got that money to go to foreign lands got money back somehow, some way. And it's time that the middle class, what's left of us, stands up and says enough is enough. If you're an independent voter and you have also had enough, and you're tired of sitting on the sideline, you're tired of median wages flat for the last 40 years, healthcare, education costs and housing are growing at exponential exponential levels, and our personal income has not. The top 1% now controls more wealth than the entire middle 60% of the public. Let that sink in right now. The top 1% now controls more wealth than the entire 60% of the middle income people. Politicians on both sides are funded by these billionaire donors. There's equal amounts on both sides. There's no one with more than the other. They're both lobbying. And I don't know if it's all greed. I think it is their egos. But I do think the people in nature are good. But they just keep fighting and fighting, and then they find ways to get their way, and they just exploit it. And I don't even think these billionaires know what they're doing. Because if you go to a Tony Robbins event, he talks about how most of them hire him, or many of them hire him, and they're not even happy. The money doesn't make them happy. See, the secret to living is giving. And the question for you and for me is, how can we give back to this America that we all love? How can we give back and do something for the future of this country so that it doesn't implode upon itself? Well, we need to make some changes. Can't allow Wall Street to continue to extract profits for the billionaire, for the CEOs of the world. I mean, crazy things like the United Healthcare CEO getting murdered. Why? Well, because people have had enough. I'm not advocating that at all. What I'm advocating is that we have got to not just have a couple radical people doing radical things. We, as a society, have to come together. The middle class, we need to come together, and we need to be able to say, enough of the left lunacy and the right radical. We need to get rid of that. And we need to come together and say, we're here to stay. We're here to make a change. And the way that you can do that is join the Middle Class Party. Down below, you can check out our link to our website. You can go to our social media pages and share and like them. We ask you to do that because that's how we get the word around. We need another party in America. We need a party for the middle class before it's gone for good. We need to rebuild America's middle class so that we're strong once again. That or we're all going to have to find another country that's going to be wonderful for us to move to and live in. Because that's the direction that we're going. And it's because of lobbyists. It's because of the financial infiltration that big money has on our government. We need to change it. We need to change it now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. We need all of you to check out the link below, join the Middle Class Party, share and like this video so that more people can learn about it. All I ask is if you know 3 people that you love and care for, please share this video with them whenever you can, because all we need to do as a group, we need to all come together and actually make something happen. You don't want to live on your deathbed one day, look back and go, God, I wish I did something wonderful for this country. God, I wish I made this a little bit better place for my children and my grandchildren. We don't want to do that. You don't want to live in regret. If you don't want to live in regret, take action now. If you don't want to live in regret, do something today. And it's simple. With social media, just share, like, post this, comment on this, share it, donate a little bit of money, whatever you've got, a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there. Because together we need to be able to do some basic key things. We need to eliminate lobbyists. We got to put 2-term limits. We got to get the money out of politics. There's no need for any of this stuff. We need to rebuild the middle class by bringing factories back. Yes, Trump has started that action, but the problem is bringing back factories is who's going to work them. We need to be able to also have a solid immigration policy that makes sense. I mean, we need an immigration policy that's not open border and not completely closed. I mean, we have 2 ends of the spectrum. I mean, we're like acting like a bipolar country. What happened coming together? Whatever happened with people coming together and negotiating a deal? It doesn't happen anymore. You have the left sitting there, those guys are terrible. We're all about the poor. We're all about the unions. We're all about this. And they're not. They're not. They're not about it. If the liberals were for, if the Democrats were for unions, if they truly were, and I hope someone from the union community sees this and shares this. If they really were for you, if they really believed in it, then why would they allow all of our factories to close and be moved to foreign countries like China? Why? Why not build a better union base with more factories, more manufacturing? No, so much of our business has moved out of factories, have moved out, steel moved out, textiles moved out. All these things moved out, so they didn't care about you. Now, maybe they manipulated you with money. I don't know, but it has to stop. It has to stop today. And the radical right, I mean, you have these people on this side saying they're all about conservative and be careful with our money and have smaller government. Really? Really? The big, beautiful bill that's coming out from Donald Trump, what is that going to do for us? Is that really going to reduce government size? No. So neither party is actually working for us. What they do is they throw a hot potato in between us, and we as Americans, we get in a debate with each other about stupid things like who wears a mask, COVID. Maybe they're not stupid, but we debate it back and forth. Meanwhile, they're pulling all the levers. They're making things happen for their the people that are putting money back in their pockets. And that has to stop. So please join me, join the middle class. I would ask you to actually, if you know someone that's in Instagram, social media, anyone that has any experience with that, help us out. Spread the word. Maybe they can help us edit videos, make more videos. Whatever it is, we've got to come together as a society, as an America, if we want to become strong once again. Because again, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. What made America strong is the middle class. And that's why, whether you're a billionaire on the left, a billionaire on the right, you should donate to this cause. Because it is this cause that built this middle class, which has built America, which allowed you to make the money that you've made. If you're a middle class and independent thinker, this is the home for you. This is the home where we can have natural debates and learn from one another, rather than take a side and say, this is the only way to do it. Or this is the only way to do it. They're an idiot. They're an idiot. I mean, whatever happened coming together? And some of the most stupid things that we all see that have been happening, right? Holding on to, to people that have been deported from America, and they were wife beaters. They were criminals, and yet the Democratic Party is clung to that. And on the other side, it's just insanity. It's like, don't let anybody in this country at all. In fact, kick everybody out that's here. No. I mean, our government let people in. Our government, like it or hate it, Biden had an open door policy. The idea now is to be able to take those people and bring them into America methodically, rationally, logically. Get some factories back here. Get these people to work in the manufacturing plants. Give them good jobs and make them pay their taxes. But common sense doesn't seem to work anymore. I mean, well, all we have to do is look at history, right? It started with Clinton. We exported almost all of our jobs over to China, and now we have these, make-believe wars. Our government, our military, literally has these war games with China. So they have these fictitious games, and that's our number one enemy is China. Yet they manufacture all of our drugs. They manufacture all of our formula for our babies. They manufacture so many of our components that we need every single day. And so we would almost come to a standstill without them. That's the logic from Bill Clinton to Bush to every single politician, whether it's Barack Obama, George Bush, Donald Trump's been in office, Bill Clinton to everyone, to Biden. I mean, they've all been just playing this line so they can line their own pockets. It's time we take a stand. It's time you take a stand. So what I ask you to do is, again, join the middle class, donate money, or share this video, share it with more than 3 people. Do whatever you can to get the word out. Have a conversation about it. Have a conversation about what happened to that middle class and why is it all gone? How do we rebuild it as a group? To me, it seems pretty simple. To me, just looking at society, and I see our America, and I just go, well, we clearly have a problem. Would you agree? I mean, I don't care if you're a strong Democrat or a strong Republican. Can we just agree that we have a political problem in America? That having so much debt in America is a problem? Can we agree with that? Can we agree that the government is spending more than it takes in? Can we agree on that? Can we agree on the middle class has eroded and vanished in America? Can we agree on that? Can we agree that the middle class is what made America great? Can we agree on that? And if we can agree on those things, can't we agree that we have to rebuild the middle class? Can't we agree that we have to make decisions that will benefit the middle class and not other foreign countries? Not the billionaire elites on both parties? With all due respect, I mean, they worked hard. They deserve whatever money they have. That's fine. But if you're a billionaire, you should look at this movement and say, yeah, it makes sense because you earn that money on the backbone of middle of America, the middle class America, which is fading away. And I think that you, the billionaires out there, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to this society that allowed you to grow and become who you are today. You owe it to all of us to give back to the middle class, to actually be part of the solution and not part of the problem. So I implore all of you, whether you're a billionaire on the left, a billionaire on the right, a middle-class person that's struggling with 2 jobs, an affluent elite who you've been working on Wall Street, or you're a private equity person that's manipulated the system to your liking and to your financial gain, that it can't continue. How many more companies can you bundle together and then make a large corporation and leave the middle class and just erode it further and further and further? How many more homes can these financial institutions buy and then raise the rent so the average American can't even afford a home? It has to stop. I don't care who you are. You've got to see that we have an agreement on these basic principles. And so the solution is to get a third party. Grow it again. If you've lost a home with the lunacy left, if you've lost the home, you're sick of the radical right, then please consider joining this party. Help build it to be something that really means something for your family, for your future family. Make sure that one day in the future, when you go lay on your deathbed, you can actually look back at your life and say, you know what, I did something worthwhile. I contributed. I did what I could to build that middle class party. Because I'm inviting everyone to join. This is about all of us. This is about America needing this. It really is. It's very simple. You know, there's a great prayer. I like to end my videos on the great prayer, which I think spells volumes for you and me, which is rather simple. You are beautiful. You're created by God. You are here for a purpose. That purpose is to serve other people's well-being. Now, other people's well-being means we have to come together and build a third party so that we can change America to be strong again. We can actually do things that will rebuild the middle class so that we are a strong nation once again. I look forward to joining forces with you. My name is Drew. I'm here to serve you.